and uphold the rule of law. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Boni, do you have any supplementary question?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Mrs. Cut out for him. As a former colleague in this House, I believe the minister wants to succeed, and we're going to support him. But, Mr. Speaker, these instances took place, Minister, as far back as 2023, and you're telling us you're still investigating a case where the financer hires school buses, recruits goons, they are carried in these school buses to a function, the goons start the violence, videos are taken, they are arrested, and the financer secures their release. For your information, Mr. Speaker, the financer is the governor of Kakamega. Why is the government shielding a criminal who is promoting this violence?
Honorable CS.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As I made it very clear, is that, Mr. Speaker, in some instances, why nothing has happened from 2023, the victims are running away from the case. You know, a member of parliament, for example, like Honorable Salasia, is refusing. And you know, it's not because he doesn't know the law. He is running away from coming to record a statement. So the DCI cannot again arrest the victim so that they can cooperate, so that we can investigate the people. So, Mr. Speaker, there are challenges here. Sometimes, Mr. Speaker, political leaders think that they are weak if they pursue a case to its conclusion, because they think that if they go to a dock and or a witness stand, Mr. Speaker, and they are now narrating how they were beaten, they think that their constituents will consider them a weak person. So sometimes they drop these cases, and so, Mr. Speaker, there's very little we can do. However, I agree with Honorable Boli Khalwale that our work is cut out, and it's unfortunate that leaders who we expect to assist us to de-escalate acts of violence are the ones who are organizing, Mr. Speaker, their goons and the so-called bouncers, Mr. Speaker, to public functions, making it very difficult. You know, when we were in the Jukwala Usalama in Kakamega, the county and the county security team are saying they dread when they hear that there is a high-profile funeral by maybe a senior person like the chief that happened in the former chief that happened in Matungu, because they know that weekend will be very difficult in terms of deploying so many officers to one function. So, Mr. Speaker, we agreed that it is important for us leaders to escalate this behavior. Here before this House that Honorable Governor Barasa was involved in any way. Mr. Speaker, as the DCI said that the investigations are still ongoing. We'll stand with that. And Mr. Speaker, you must take it. You must take, when Honorable Boni Khalwale mentions the name of his own governor, you must take it with a pinch of salt, Mr. Speaker, because just like his governor, Honorable Boni Khalwale is also fighting to be a governor in Kakamega. So we take his statement with a pinch of salt. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Fomeru, you may proceed to ask question number 072.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I am here to ask question number 072 to the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and the National Administration. Mr. Speaker, number A is why are there recurring and escalating incidents of banditry and cattle rustling in Igembe North, Igembe Central, Tigania East, Tigania West, and the border constituencies in Meru County, despite the government's repeated assurances of enhanced intervention efforts? Number B, what progress has the government made in recovering stolen cattle, and could the Cabinet Secretary provide details of the nature and extent of support accorded to affected families to help reconstruct their destroyed homes and where stolen cattle have not been recovered to help restore their livelihoods? And C, could the government consider undertaking a security operation in the affected region similar to the multi-agency security operation dubbed Operation Maliza Uhalifu, which was deployed in the North Rift region in 2023. And lastly, could the government also consider establishing multidisciplinary security operating bases in the affected region to deter such criminal activities? Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Honourable CS, you may proceed to respond. Now that your written response has been circulated to all honourable senators, you may wish to paraphrase in the interest of time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in September 2024, multi-agency security operations was launched in the region after several strategic meetings. This has led to more coordinated and targeted operations across the affected sub-counties. Hence, a significant decline in cases of banditry and cattle rustling in Meru North grazing zone. While notable progress has been achieved, some operational and logistical challenges persist, hence impeding the timely realization of intended security outcome. Mr. Speaker, rugged terrains and inaccessible hideouts. The region harsh topography and rugged terrain under certain hideouts and reachable by vehicles, providing bandits to secure sanctuaries beyond the reach of security forces, particularly Mkogodo Forest. And the Honourable Senator understands when I say this in the Laikipia East, in the Samburu East and Laikipia North areas. Dense vegetation and forest areas. Mr. Speaker, poor communication network coverage, late return of herders, and there is more detail there, so I'm just paraphrasing like you have directed, Mr. Speaker. Late return of herders from grazing field. Mr. Speaker, internal bandit coordination networks. Mr. Speaker, you will realize, and for the benefit of the Honourable Senator, that our investigations, in some of the instances that people have been apprehended, it is actually the case that there is no raid that happens in Meru without a Meru coordinator of the bandits. And that is what we established. Even with the fight between Pokots and Marakwets, no Pokot would come to Marakwet without the support of Marakwets, coordinating the Pokot bandits from the other side. So in the same way, in the Meru side, the bandits don't just come. They are being coordinated by people who are on the Meru side. And that becomes part of the challenge, and some of them have been arrested, Mr. Speaker, and dealt with. Complicity by herders through delayed reporting. This is another challenge which I want the Honourable Senator to know, that most of the herders in that part of the Meru, they are not, the owners of the livestock are not there. So they by the time they're reporting, they come and report 2-3 days later about incidents, Mr. Speaker. Herding in isolation, again, there was an agreement that we need to herd in a particular organized group so that we can protect the people from that area. So those are some of the challenges that we face in this corner. On part 2, Mr. Speaker, a multi-agency team is executing Operation Maliza Uhalifu, which is a security initiative aimed at flushing out of bandits and dismantle criminal networks. The multi-agency security team have been able to conduct intensified patrols, surveillance, and quick reaction within the Meru Northern grazing zone, which have resulted in successful recovery of stolen livestock, as outlined below. The Speaker, I'll just mention a few incidents. Of 3rd August 2024, 41 heads of cattle were recovered. Mr. Speaker, on 14th August 2024, 40 heads of cattle were recovered. On 4th April 2025, 7 goats were recovered, and the areas are listed there. On 7th April 2025, this year, Mr. Speaker, 87 herds of cattle, 23 goats, and 6 donkeys, which had been stolen, were recovered. All of them, all the incidents that I've read, the recovery is 100%. On 13th of April 2025, bandits are raided a place in Amaya and Tala area in Mutwati and stole 120 herd of cattle, and they were all recovered. On 23rd of April 2025, Mr. Speaker, 23 herd of cattle were stolen at Ruanga, and 11 herd of cattle were recovered, and footprints, the rest were still being traced. 12 were still being sought. Mr. Speaker, whether the government will consider undertaking security operations the government has launched coordinated multi-agency security operations, coded name Operation Furusha Wezi wa Mifugo, targeting Meru and Isiolo counties. The operation is specifically designed to combat banditry and livestock theft across northern grazing zones of Meru and the adjacent areas of Isiolo. Mr. Speaker, the multi-agency security team is comprised of 6 operational sector officers drawn from Kenya National Police Service, Administration Police Service, General Service Unit, Anti-Stock Theft Unit, Rapid Deployment Unit, Special Operations Groups, National Police Reserve, Directorate of Criminal Investigation, Crime Research and Intelligence Bureau, among others. Mr. Speaker, whether the government could also consider establishing multidisciplinary security operation bases. Mr. Speaker, the government has established a fully operational security base hosting personnel, including the ones I listed above. As part of the ongoing strategic efforts, there are plans to realign existing security camps to key entry and exit routes of frequent use by bandits, such as across the Meru North grazing zones. The realignment is intended to enhance mobility, surveillance, and rapid response capability to criminal incidents. Additionally, there is a plan to recruit new NPR personnel from areas of Kiwanja, Epiding, and Mail Saba areas, which are identified as corridors of banditry activities, especially among areas where the Turkana community are living. It's an area that we would like to enhance the NPR. The deployment of 21 county rangers sponsored by the county government of Meru is also under consideration. These rangers will serve as fast response to livestock theft incidents, operating in coordination with multi-agency security team for rapid support. And these rangers, Mr. Speaker, are taking care of the conservancies. This proposal is currently under review by the County Security and Intelligence Committee for further deliberation and guidance. Further, there is a proposal to establish a multi-agency security operation base at Dumuru Police Station in Igembe North Sub-County. The station's strategic location along non-bandit transit routes linking Meru and Isiolo counties make it an ideal hub for coordinated operation and regional security mobilization. In addition, Mr. Speaker, let me just say that the problem is at the source, which is in Samburu County and parts of Laikipia and parts of Isiolo. But Samburu East is our biggest challenge. And in the statement I made earlier as a summary, I indicated that infrastructure development is extremely important in opening up these very critical hideouts, Mr. Speaker, where these criminals hide in Samburu East and Laikipia North in Mukokodo Forest. That way, the National Security Council has directed that the Ministry of Roads, working with the Ministry of Interior, should set aside resources to open up this area so that it's accessible for security operations. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator for Meru, do you have any supplementary questions?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I want to thank the CS, but let me say that some statistics that he has given me are not satisfactory, Mr. Speaker, because this case of Meru, men and women acting as collaborators with the bandits, Honorable CS, it is not documented, and as far as I'm concerned, and my knowledge is maybe true, we have not received any report, comprehensive report, that the Merus are collaborating with the bandits. And if there are any cases, maybe if you could provide this house with that data so that also it can help us as a community, because it has not been documented, it has not been laced by the security. And also, Mr. Speaker, another issue is, you have said that there is late reporting of this theft of cattle and livestock. Mr. Speaker, you know, these guys rent our homesteads, not even out the grazing areas. There is nothing to steal from the grazing areas. They took all the cattle from the grazing areas, and now they are coming up to actually the markets, stealing goods in sheds from the homesteads. So, Mr. Speaker, there's not a matter of reporting, and the reporting is actually instant to the security forces. But, Mr. Speaker, we have that problem. But now that you are here, Honorable CS, can you kindly help us in the Bure East and West? That is where now all the criminals have moved to my reservoir and in Garendale Forest. So there's this, what the county government is trying to do, but if you could add more security officers, the police officers in that belt, so that sometimes when these guys pass through the police posts, the police stations, because they are very few in the stations, they are scaries. They just keep quiet and watch bandits area to maybe to talk to that community and also guide area to maybe to talk to that community and also guide them on what they need to do. Honorable CS, thank you.
Senator Dulo.
Thank you, Chair, Mr. Speaker. Waziri, thank you very much for your presentation. I remember as a security committee, we were to visit Isiolo, Meru, Samburu, and Marsabit. Those are the areas that are really affected with the cattle rustling. My request to you, I know recently there are so many people who are killed in that area. There are hot spots in that area. Is it possible